Welcome to AI at Your Assistance. I am Maxine's avatar, and today I introduce Dr. John Raye's avatar and bring a moment of motivation from his inspirational book, Get Off Zero, Be Better Than Your Best.
Be better than your best. Almost every day, my mother would tell us, "Look, I can do bad all by myself, but you can do better than this." This was a form of psychological mother wit, meted out daily to her 6 boys who were starting to smell themselves. It's never easy raising a male child who, though not yet a man, but no longer a boy, has a tendency, at times, to act like both. Soon, and very soon, adjustments have to be made. This is why the biblical expression, "Train a child when he is young, and when he grows old, he will not depart from it," is so vital, important, and necessary. We all know this to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Still, any woman, no matter how strong or determined, may have a hard time raising 6 teenage boys who already are smelling themselves. However, early and decisive, proper training will always bring children back into the fold, no matter how long and how often they depart, disappoint, and disappear from a mother or father's early instructions. It's still true. The apple does not fall too far from the tree. With all of the technological gadgets, ranging from smartphones, tablets, computers, iPads, Facebook, and other assorted electronic wonders, success, it seems, ought to be the final destination on everybody's plate or bucket list. Somewhere along the way, we have fallen short. So short, in fact, that some social observers have declared us dysfunctional, unmanageable, and headed for an obsolete wastebasket. Others contend that we have squandered the mandate handed down by our ancestors to prosper and progress, regardless of obstacles, difficulties, or challenges facing our community. Nothing, no challenge, no problem or adversity can withstand the heat generated by a man whose soul is ablaze with purpose, righteous indignation, and bulldog determination. A man in control of his mind cannot be denied. For instance, at 201 degrees, water is hot. At 212 degrees, it boils. With boiling water comes steam, which can power a locomotive. That 1 extra degree makes the difference. Beloved, we have to generate some steam, some heat. We must get stirred up, fired up, fixed up, picked up, and cleaned up in such a fiery manner that divine favor shadows our every move. Never again will we entertain worry, fear, anger, doubt, bitterness, envy, jealousy, hatred, rejection, resentment, or uncertainty. Armed with a self-love appetite, we can reconnect, recollect, reinvent, and recommit ourselves to be whole, lovable, powerful, prosperous, and complete, with a no-turn-back attitude. This time, we will not be denied. Be informed, however, that ambition cannot live in the body of a cold-blooded man. Mr. Fuller says, "Every man is born with a spark of divinity in him, but it's up to him to fan that spark." We must declare and exhort ourselves and one another to get up and do something, to overcome centuries of human degradation, suppression, and miseducation. Those of us who are still conscious and still above ground have a king-size duty. Our purpose and mission require our attention, fully and completely. This mission cannot be left to chance, to the have-nots in our community, nor to the young and dumb, or the disabled, old, troubled, or feeble-minded. If these words and message have found their way into your eyes, heart, and ears, then know you have been called to come stand in the gap for those unable or unwilling to stand for themselves. Why? Because you and I have been blessed. Somewhere, at some point in time, some unknown and unnamed ancestor stood in the gap and stayed on post when we were unable to fend, scratch, hustle, and do for ourselves. Today, we are still here and still, more or less, capable of being in our right minds. Thus, the watchword is, to whom much is given, much is required. Make no mistake, the mandate is clear. Your best is not enough. You must become better than your best. You must become better, not bitter, and better than merely being excellent, outstanding, or even extraordinary. We, my friends, must become amazing. Absolutely amazing. But people who become amazing can do some amazing things. They can, for example, create and bring order out of disorder, clarity out of craziness, prosperity out of poverty, and success out of mess and distress. They can, within reason, do the impossible. When your best becomes better than your best, your word becomes bond. You are now divinely protected.
For more inspiration from Dr. John Raye and Ms. Rosie Smith, Get Off Zero is motivational, inspirational, great for business ideas, broaden your horizons. I was stuck on zero, not just about my income status, but also my hunger for success was gone. Get Off Zero is not about just your financial position, but your overall spirit, health, attitude, and your very purpose for being on earth. One thing I have learned: when God has a plan, you need to get out of the way and let God do His thing. Over the past couple of years, things started to spiral downhill. God was getting me ready to make a move that was necessary to take me to another level. Believe me, I know many of you who are reading Get Off Zero have been or going through some challenging setbacks. Dr. John Raye has been married for 63 years to his high school sweetheart, Miss Rosie, and they are still in love. Created by goddaughter Maxine AI at your assistance.